Alrighty, welcome to Salt Creek Sports Center. And this is the last home game of the season for the Chicago Portagers as they host the Madison Milkmen for the second time here in their dome this year. I'm Luke Jordan here along with
Ryan Contreras-Betts.
And we should be in for a game. Last time we saw these two teams play, it was 17-3, but after winning like that, teams tend to ease up. And this might happen with the Portagers today. They can't lose control of themselves. If they just play their lacrosse, they should have it set.
I mean, the Portagers entered today playing just really hot. They've only got 3 losses on the year. They, like we talked about, they decimated the Milkmen last game out. The Milkmen they've only scored 57 times. Their goal differential is second to last in the entire league at minus 58. So this Portagers squad definitely, they know how to win these games, and all it's going to take is just some solid execution from their lineup today to ensure that dub.
Yeah, good points there, Ryan. This is your first time here in a while.
Yeah, I've been caught up with all my baseball, I've got a job now. That's always fun. But I'm glad to be back in the booth, glad to be doing what I love.
And what I have to say is something interesting. As I'm saying that, the Portagers went to Madison last time these two teams faced. This was August 28th. They only won 12-8. So that was kind of an example of let your guard down. That was also on the road. The last time he played them at home, he beat them by 2 touchdowns. So it's just gonna depend on how they decide to play and how much confidence they have.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, you go on the road, you escape with a win like that, especially after shellacking them at home. You just got to really keep that in the back of your minds that this team could be a sleeper, even though they're dead last. I mean, they could really shock you. And so if you're the Portagers, you want to keep your A game on and have that positive momentum as you end the regular season home schedule.
And now a little look at the starting netminders for the Portagers. It's number 51, David Leonard. And for the Milkmen, I believe that is Bruce Fugere stepping in. He is number 0 for the Portagers. I believe the Milkmen might have needed a goalie tonight. Other than that, they're fine, though. So we'll see how this goes. We're ready to get going. This is their 4th matchup. Chicago has won every single one up to this point. We'll see where this voyage takes us. Here we go. Canada for the Portagers at the dot. But Lightfoot able to win the faceoff for the Milkmen, and that's the start that they need. Good ball movement, except the ball finally dropped. Now a ball's loose. Going up in the corner, Alexander James is able to get it down low. Now Kevin Bice moves it back to James. Over. Heavy pressure by the defender. Lubes, and it's intercepted. Here comes Canada. 2 defenders in front of him. He's going to drop it back to Lubes. The defenseman who had a very clutch goal last game is just going to pass it and sub it off. They move it up to Jack Moran. Jack Moran, a beast all season. He's stepping back. He's looking for the shot. Passes it over. Give and go off the post. The left post doesn't fall. Now Canada scoops it back. Step down from deep, and it's blocked away by Fugere. Now Will Gast. Trying to spin. Another spin, diving in, and gets it past Fugere. What a play. What a goal. My goodness, Will Gast does it all himself on the first goal of the game, and we're only 1 minute and 15 seconds in.
Portagers continue to get good ball possession. Got some nice movement in down low, just in front of the crease. He's able to tug it home. Way to get that momentum going after losing that opening draw. Looked like the Milkmen had something brewing, but that interception by Canada really set the tone, and they were able to get that first early goal here.
Now something that we haven't really seen too often. Jack Moran's at the faceoff dot. And Canada's on the bench. Light foot for the Milkmen, still the same face-off guy. Let's see what happens here. And Moran jumped early. The official calls. So the Milkmen win their second face-off in a row. They're 2 for 2 so far. Doing very well in that part to begin with. Look at this! A crease crank, but it's stopped by Leonard. Brian Signar almost had it there. And now Jack Moran looking across for Curtis, and that ball is fumbled. Fugere, oh, Curtis gets back in front of Fugere. Intercepts the pass, and that ball still bouncing in front of the net. Curtis is able to get the rebound. Now Bailey Smith, after getting that ground ball, does a little hop step. But he's guarded well by Signar so far. That is Brian Signar. They look across, and now Fugere is able to scoop it up on an easy bounce right to him. Here's an opportunity. Hunter Kent couldn't scoop, and that'll bounce to Leonard. Leonard's going to toss it back. Moran over to Jack Hill. Jack Hill now, who we will see post-game for an interview. He moves it up to McKenzie, who moves over to Canada. Now Canada. Deeks left side, good defense. Gets by Signar, tries to put it past the pad of Fugere, but he's on top of it. Now here's Signar. Faked it past to James and now gives it up to Bice. Bice moves it across, and that ball's loose. A risky pass scooped by Austin Curtis. Here comes Austin Curtis now. 2-on-1. Jeff Hardy to his right. He's got a lot of room, but he misses left. Now Fugere is able to break it out, and here comes Alexander James. Now James with the bright neon shoes. Hard to tell them apart. He passes it over. Immediate pressure coming from the bench from Jack Hill. Signar motions one over. He's going to move it over. Now number 10 trying to get into the crease, but Lubes, a very tough person to get by on the defensive side of things, as it shows. And now Curtis picks it up. Kijijian will go change. And now Curtis looking for that opening. He's going to walk the top of the circle, looking down low for Hill. Hill trying to catch it with one hand and couldn't. He's still able to repossess. He's going to get up to Jack Moran. Now Jack Moran, guarded by number 10. Stepping back, looking across for the captain. Back to Moran, and I think that was off Fugere. A wonderful save, if that's what I correctly saw. And now Cande moves it down low to Moran. Cande setting a screen. Moran stepping down, no shot. He's going to move it up top. Trevor Sinek takes a step on a banana peel. Look at this opportunity for Kent. And he couldn't scoop. And now Gass is on top of it and able to knock him over, and he'll take the ground ball. Gass stepping down. That shot misses. And now the ball is loose. And Bice, Kevin Bice, gets yard sailed by Moran. Spectacular defensive play. Look at this opportunity. Smith in front of the net, no good. Now Kevin Bice is going to get on top of it. Here's Bice. He's now handling it in his right hand individually. Avoiding some wrap checks from Moran. He's going to dump it back now to Kent. Kent spinning around Curtis, and great defense by Curtis. Curtis, another great defender all year. 2-on-0, Curtis and Hill. Good save by Fugere. Excuse me, that was Jack Buckley, not Jack Hill. I messed up the Jackson. Austin Curtis messes up Fugere with that play in front of the crease. And it's 2-0 Chicago as we are nearing somewhat close to the halfway mark of the first quarter.
That's a big goal from Curtis there. 2-zip in favor of the Portagers. Lots of action on that play. First, we saw behind the play a referee fell down. We saw a couple of turnovers. The Milkmen seemed to have an opportunity at 2-on-1. I don't know if Bice saw the opening there, but they kind of jogged in. Portagers came in, sprinted down the wing, and Curtis was able to knock it home.
Peyton Lightfoot unable to possess the ball, and DJ Lubes doing DJ things. Lubes looking for his second home goal of the season. Oh, he overthrows. And that will be over and back, as now in transition, the Portagers will change and send out their defenders. And now Signar moves it up to the top of the perimeter. A diagonal pass to Lightfoot. Lightfoot now walking the top of the circle, moves it across to number 10 on the other side of the floor. Now moves it over to Signar. Signar maintains the ball after losing it, gets it to the middle, 10 couldn't handle it. And now Lubes has the ball. Gives it to Kijajian, who's going to move it over to Candidate. Candidate now faking a shot. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie up top to Moran. Moran moving it across. Now Jeff Hardy. Looking cross crease to Moran. Moran avoiding two defenders, backhanding it to Hardy. Hardy shoots it and it's just wide. Whistle sounds, and that is a shot clock violation. As you hear the slight buzzer from the shot clock in the corner. 30 seconds. The box lacrosse rule to shoot. And the Portagers violated there. Now Signar trying to get by Moran to the crease, but Moran good on all parts of the floor. Makes another defensive play. We've already seen two from him tonight. Lubes, high pass to Hardy. Look at Hardy. He's got speed going in on a breakaway. Looking top left, and it's no good. It's on the back of the net as he missed it. It hits off the board and bounces onto the back net. He's able to get the rebound behind the back pass across the crease. Jack Hill bouncer, and it's missed. The whistle sounds as he misses the net, and now the Milkmen will get to clear.
I mean, that was a great play right there by the Portagers. They just missed going top shelf. Big turnover down low led to another offensive chance for the Portagers, just what we've seen all game. And here's another turnover here. Here come the Portagers now, a mini one-on-one. Hill waits back, looking for a shot. Doesn't find any. He takes a shot just wide of the crease.
And a good sequence there from Hill. Just missed. Curtis looking across. And it's a one-timer of Lacrosse, as that is Colin Domek.
Domek there. It's now 3-0 in favor of the Portagers. Great possession down low yet again after just what I was saying right as I was interrupted. Another defensive turnover. Great defense by the Portagers continues to lead into offensive chances there. We saw from Hill. He held on to the ball and led to good things happening for the Portagers. 3-0 with 5:14 here to go.
Face off now. Canada finally getting the win he's been waiting for. Behind the back pass meant for McKenzie, but it's about a good 8 inches in front of his stick. And look at this. He gets it to the crease, and William Guest puts it in the net before I can spit the words out of my mouth. It's now 4-0 Chicago.
I mean, his first face-off win for the Portagers tonight. They had lost 3 consecutive face-offs to start, and they win one there, and good things happen. Portagers take a 4-0 lead here with 4:40 to go.
And now Brian Signar taking draws for the Milkmen. Has to face Canada. Canada clamps, but it's scooped by Lightfoot, who wasn't taking the face-off this time, and that execution that was planned worked. Now number 10 sidestepping his way across the blue taped line. Moves it up top to Kent. Hunter Kent. With a Wisconsin University helmet. I'm guessing he plays some club there. That ball's going to go around. Fugere gets on top of it, but he can't scoop it. Oh my goodness, Jack Hill's got some room. Fakes Fugere, and he makes him fall into the back of the net. How disrespectful to do that to someone who was once your teammate.
Well, there's Jack Hill yet again. We've said his name quite a few times so far in the early going here. Gets rewarded, gets a goal on the board. Some more great pressure by Hill. He goes, follows the bouncing ball after the Milkmen missed a pass. Able to find it, takes his time, makes sure he found the open spot in the net. Towards the goal, he fall back in, dislodges the net, but ball's already across the line. It's a good goal, a 5-0 Portagers lead.
And now Lightfoot back at the dot. Canada wins this draw, and he's going to move it to the left over to Jack Moran. Jack Moran trying to avoid pressure from Kent. He's going to move it across to Smith. Smith stepping in. Fugere is on top of that one as it hits about the top of his pad, but there's a rebound loose. Lightfoot scoops it up. Simple pass to Kevin Bice. Bice looking for an option, moves it across. Now James. A pass intended for Kent. It's picked up by Evan Kajajian. But the whistle sounds, and I'm not exactly what happens here, but it looks like Jack Moran is going into the penalty box. Maybe too many men. I'm not sure here.
Looked like there was a penalty behind the play. I didn't see it either. I was focused on Kajijian as he was making that play. So penalty behind the play. The Milkmen will be a man down for 2 minutes here with just over 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Milkmen could use a little bit of a momentum shifter right here, down by 5.
Definitely needing something on the men up here. This is their first opportunity for either team this game. First penalty, it's Jack Moran. Bice stepping down, causes 2 to draw at him, and this shot is taken but saved by David Leonard. And that was Lightfoot on the shot. And a good play by Bice there as he got 2 defenders that go straight at him. Here's Lubes with a shot, and it's saved by Fugere. Now loose ground ball. Bice trying to get by Curtis. He's just going to backhand it. They got to get over that line, and they do with a second to spare, maybe. Just like basketball, there is an 8-second violation if you do not get over that half court. It's 10 stepping down, looking for the bottom left corner, and a nice shot, but Leonard steps out in front of it with his white pad. Bice over to 10, looking for Signar. Oh my! Leonard has only faced so many shots and has made that many saves.
Yeah, that's the 3rd shot in this man-up advantage for the Milkmen alone, and those are the first 3 shots that Leonard has faced all game, and he's been right up to the task, making 2 really nice pad saves, and then right up there, a nice shoulder save. Keeps it a 5-goal advantage for the Portagers right here.
41 seconds now. Canada from a tough angle. It misses wide. Hardy's going to take one from the top as he got the rebound, and this one's going to go out of play.
That was very close to a violation, a shot clock violation. They had just 3 seconds left before that shot went out of play.
Look at this. Shot from a tough angle. No good. Brian Signar unable to get on the board. Behind the back pass. Domek couldn't put it. And that'll sound it for the first quarter here in suburban Chicago. Your score, Portagers 5, Milkmen 0.
Right there, we just saw another great defensive transition for the Portagers, right back into an offensive chance. I mean, we could say this repeatedly, but if you're the Milkmen, you just gotta watch that transition game. They've only been across the line so many times in this one so far. It's only early, 1 quarter down. But if you're the Milkmen, you want to get something on the board here as soon as possible if you want to get the momentum twisted. Portagers have dominated so far, and that 5-goal advantage is really just showing out for them. Leonard now has 4 saves. He's faced 4 shots. Two pad saves, a shoulder save, and a nice stick save down low.
And here's a look at some of the game highlights that we've seen so far. Quite the reel for the Portagers, who have scored 5 goals in the first quarter, on pace to score 20 in what was a sincerely quick first quarter.
Yeah, that was definitely a period or quarter. Went by very fast. Lots of action, lots of transition. The Portagers just got to keep up this momentum, keep up the energy, and they should be good to go. Milkmen haven't seemed to gotten their legs under them yet, but you know, you never know in a game. Could be a quick turnaround. All it takes is one. And the Milkmen are going to have to look for that one to get started here. So far, this game has been all Portagers. They've even managed to even up the face-offs. They've now tied up the Milkmen. 3 face-offs, 1 aside. Went from a 3-0 deficit in the face-off category with Portagers. Canada will be out there to take another face-off.
And I'm guessing it'll be Lightfoot, if not number 14 at the dot for the Milkmen. Still scoreless so far. Leonard doing his job. It's been little assignment, but when he has had to make a save, and I say this almost every time when he's playing, that defense doesn't let up many shots, but when they do, Leonard's in front of it, and that applies to the Muskies game as well that we saw last week. Same thing.
Well, over these next 15 minutes, what do you expect to see from the Milkmen here?
I think they could have a spark of energy here. They've really been quiet so far, but they've had some chances open. So all it takes is one goal, and you start to get a little bit of momentum rolling, and I think that can happen to them this quarter. You know, Portagers might ease up. Hey, we're up 5-0. What do we need to go all out for? What do we need to put in our starters for? Save them for the next 2 road games at Iowa and Omaha. We'll see. It's all up to how they decide to play out their game here. If they decide to ease up, perfect chance for Madison to get on the board.
Will be Lightfoot taking the opening draw for the Milkmen, as anticipated.
Kejijian, Buckley on defense with Leonard behind them. And Canada clamps it forward to McKenzie. Now Cameron McKenzie. Moves it across the floor to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy with his left hand stepping down. Deep shot, and it tips off the pad of Fugere. But they are ruling it Milkman ball. I thought that tipped off of Fugere. Was I wrong there?
No, it definitely tipped off the pad of Fugere. It was a good blocker or pad save. I don't know how I could see that it would bounce out of play from that. It definitely hit his pad instead of the ground.
And a good pass from 8, but 14 couldn't put it. Moran, a beautiful deke inside, and he's avoiding literal lightsabers. Moves it over to Smith, and he couldn't get it to go, as now Hunter Kent will clear it out for the Portagers, but he has to get by Moran and Smith, and he does. Good screen set by number 8 there. Hunter Kent is still going coast to coast, and he misses wide. 8 keeps it alive. 10 seconds on the shot clock. James, cross crease, Kent did not get it. 13:34 left.
Well, we see Leonard is up to the task again, his 5th save so far tonight. Keeping it a 5-0 game as here come the Portagers back on attack.
Jeff Hardy to the net. Domek, a fake, gets around. Oh my goodness, making Alexander James and Bruce Fugere dance in front of that crease. A wonderful fake, gets James to reach and walks his way across the creek like it's a walk in the park.
It's another big goal for the Portagers, and yet again, all stems from a defensive stop into a nice offensive transition. I mean, we've said that I think on every single goal so far tonight, it stemmed from a good defensive play. Portagers take a 6-goal advantage here early in the second quarter.
Just clamp one forward by Lightfoot, but still a battle for who can scoop it first, and Curtis does that job. Curtis with speed, a pass to Moran, and it misses wide. Now 14 loses his stick in the corner, but a lot of room. He's able to pick up the ball, but now he has to face pressure from Curtis. Never mind that. Curtis backs up, and an overthrown pass will land into the stick of David Leonard. David Leonard now giving it to Mike Wooden. We will see Mike Wooden in 12 minutes here, up here in our booth for an interview. my JV lacrosse coach from freshman year, so that'll be fun. He's a good guy. Moran across to Smith. Smith stepping down from deep, and he got it. What do you know? Bailey Smith from up top. He strikes for the Portagers, and it's now 7 consecutive goals for the team in tan and orange.
I mean, that's a brilliant play right there. This is the first goal, I believe, of the game that just stemmed solely from nice offensive zone possession. He was a rocket right to the left corner of the net. He just found an opening in the middle of the floor, just ripped one home. 11:19 here to go, and the Portagers, they just got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Can't ease up. You never know what can happen.
Goodness, a tough check there by Kejijian, and Kejijian known to throw around the stick very aggressively. A good defender, and he's really stepped up these past couple games. Now Lightfoot, just going to take his time. Number 14 is down low, maybe looking for a cutting pass here. He's now below the net, and Bice moves it around the perimeter. They look across. Signar, loose ball in front. And that high motor defense from the Portagers does its job again. Jack Buckley this time. And now Curtis and Kejijian. 2-on-1. Curtis takes it himself and scores. It's 8-0.
Second of the game there for Curtis. Had a nice 2-on-1 down there with Kejijian. Could have dropped off for the pass, but he saw the opening in the left corner of the net. Just rockets one home. 8-0. Favor the Portagers. Curtis has got 2 on the night so far. He's been all over. He's got the hustle. He's got the defensive back check. And this Portagers squad is really doing all the little things right so far tonight.
And now the typical face-off matchup. Lightfoot Kennedy. Kennedy wins the clamp once again. It's a behind-the-back pass, but it is overthrown. Now the ball at the boards. McKenzie moves it up to Moran, and now Moran looking across. Domek stepping back inside. Move it over to Kennedy. Kennedy now down low to Moran. Moran now trying to cut inside. Tries to swim 2 men at once, and the ball comes loose. Kennedy, tough angle shot, and a hard hit there by Signar. Whistle sounds, shot clock violation. Domek was almost able to get it off in time, but they said that he didn't. Fugier got in front of it anyway. Now number 14 walking it in for the Milkmen. Ten cutting to the crease. A pass meant for 8. Oh my goodness! The fake, and he puts it up top over Leonard, and now the Milkmen.
Crease violation right there, Luke.
Wait a second.
His feet were firmly implanted in the creek, and here come the Portagers back on transition. And they slow down. Curtis with a nice pass out in front to Smith. What a spin move and a goal.
Jack Hill.
My apologies, that is Hill. What a spin move for the goal, and it's now 9-0 Portagers. Trying to get in front of that crease violation from the Milkmen. Curtis slowed down, got behind the net, was able to throw the pass out to Hill, who had a beautiful spin move to get out of the reach of number 11, the defender, that's Hunter Kent, and he was able to slam one home.
Very good move there by Curtis and Hill.
I believe that is Hill's second of the game as well.
Yep, and he's also had 2 good defensive plays at least. We'll get to talk to him all about that post-game. For now, it's a timeout, and I'm guessing it's by Madison. If I were to use my context clues, as the shorter numbers tiring them out for sure. I mean, they have enough to have a team, but you gotta recall last game as well. They had maybe 10, 11 guys. I think they're even shorter this time. And the Portagers at home always have a big bench. This is probably the smallest we've seen it. And as you can see on the right side, that's the Portagers bench. And that's the smallest we've seen it. They have, typically it looks like a whole student section at a football game over there. And they're all wearing the same color. Today it's a little bit more of a, looks like my high school student section on Thursday. Because obviously some games got moved to Thursday, and
yeah, it's interesting.
The attendance numbers were quite low.
It's going to be interesting for me. I know you're a Palatine child, home of the Red Sea. I go to John Hersey High School, home of the famous Orange Crush. It's going to be interesting to see what we do against Buffalo Grove. I believe our game this year is against Thursday, our rivalry game, Thursday night game, which is very odd. Thursday the 20th, it looks like the schedule says, which I was anticipating a nice Friday night game. It's the first home game at Hersey with student section in a couple of years.
On the other hand, Palatine hosts Friend for homecoming this Friday, and Palatine projected to win by a good margin, but Friend true underdogs. As much as I would like to say it, I think, as much as I wouldn't like to say it, I don't like how our football team is acting about Friend. They think it's going to be really easy, and you never know when it's going to come out and surprise you. And
to be fair,
I know,
Friend is a win.
I know. Palatine,
sorry, all Friend listeners here.
Palatine quarterback, I know Grant isn't listening, but we still hope he's all right. He's probably still in the hospital. He suffered a rough injury on Thursday. And, yeah, it was... But anyway, oh my goodness, Candidate gets his stick flown in outer space by Lightfoot. Lightfoot is sick of losing faceoffs. And he says, no, you don't deserve your stick. Candidate drops it back. And by the way, Friday... If you search up PHSPTV on YouTube, me and Sean Adler will be on the call. And look at that from up top. Jeff Hardy puts the palms up. I didn't mean to score there is maybe what he's saying. But he sure did. Maybe he's just looking for a rebound in front, but it gets by Fougere.
I mean, that's just a nice goal there by Hardy. He finally knocks one home, does a little rock, paper, scissors out in front of the bench. As I'm still laughing, a little shameless plug from my good pal Luke here. He's able to call a goal. That's why he's the best in the business right there.
The best 5'4" commentator. I can barely see over the monitor. Lightfoot. Just taking his time. As one of the true Illinois kids watching from the glass, they'll be performing at halftime, doing a little scrimmage. So stick around, we'll have the camera on that as both teams get a rest with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second. Bice eaten up by DJ Lubes. DJ Lubes literally standing on top of the man.
Little Allen Iverson step over from Lubes. I love to see it. Here come the Portagers back in transition. Lubes with a shot blocked away by Fougere. Lubes has been all over. High intensity defense. Love the Allen Iverson step over.
And Lubes also famous for his goal he scored last week in crunch time against the Muskies. Really sealed up the game. And we got to interview him post game. Really good guy. And he was just, you could tell he was, he explained the, oh my goodness, that ball almost trickled past Fougere, and he dives on top of it. Anyway, Fougere, a deep pass, meant for Kenton. It's overthrown. But, what was I saying? Lubes.
Great personality.
Yeah, so we interviewed him at the end of the game, and I was like, what was it like to score that goal as a defender? And he was like, it was like your crowd and bench was physically struck by lightning. And I was like, wow, I've never really heard anybody describe it like that. And it really was. I mean, the place was, I think it was the largest attendance we've had all year, and the place was just loving it.
Yeah, I mean, the guy plays with his heart on his sleeve. That much is clear. And to see someone get rewarded for that passion, it's always great to see. You love those guys in the locker room. You love them on the bench. They're a true leader. And they just really enhance that feeling of a team. You're a unit. Everything you do is collective as one. And we see that here tonight. Portagers have a 10-goal advantage. They're playing as one unit.
Oh my, Lightfoot snipes bottom right past Leonard, and you said 10-goal deficit. It's now 9.
The announcer's jinx strikes again. Lightfoot is rewarded here with a goal. He's been playing all over the place. Milkmen are able to get on the board with their first of the game here with just under 5 minutes to go. 4:45 to be exact left in this first half. Yeah, the announcer's jinx, it always makes me laugh when I jinx someone. That's why you got to be careful what you talk about in this business. As the Milkmen win another face-off here. 14 goes down low along the right wing boards. drops it back off to James. James holds it up near the top of the boards. Tries to go down low. Deflects wide.
That ball scooped up by the Portagers. Here they come. Will Gast. A low deke with his stick. He's now walking in, fakes a pass going up top corner, and Fugier's in front of it. The shot clock resets for the Madison Milkmen instead this time. 14 who's up top, Hunter Kent. Alexander James trying to surprise Sinek and crash to the net there. Sinek was all over it, and now a missed pass meant for Brian Signar. Pops into Leonard's stick. And now Curtis looking for a Hail Mary pass, but instead he's just going to look for the check down to Moran. Here's Moran. Trying to get by Bice. And a pass intended for McKenzie. He has to reach across, and that'll be over and back. Hardy touches the ball, and now the Milkmen will get to go on the whistle. And here they come. Step down shot meant for Leonard. Good save by him. Oh, one hand behind the pass. Oh my goodness. That play had me by such a surprise that I keep stuttering. Oh my goodness. Number 14. Beautiful one-handed behind the back to Aiden. They almost put that.
He almost knocked that home. That was a great play by the Milkmen. Finally showing a little bit of signs of life ever since that goal not too long ago by Lightfoot.
They have controlled the last couple minutes. Now Kevin Bice faking a pass up top. Look at this cutter. Number 10's cutting into the crease. He shoots it wide. Rebound number 14 behind the back pass. Shot missed. And now it's a pass to Kajian. Kajian on the breakaway. Lightfoot unable to catch up. Oh, Kajian just misses wide. Oh boy, that name is hard to pronounce sometimes. Buckley deking behind the back. It's just become a all-star game at this point sometimes. We've seen a lot of flashy plays. And trust me, I'm not complaining about it. I just think it's funny that they're starting to really kick in here.
And they're going to give the ball, it looks like, to the Portagers. It looked like it was directly out on the Portagers, but going to be bringing it over in possession down in the offensive zone.
Moran was it to Kennedy as they walk the perimeter. Kennedy stepping down. Oh my goodness, what a snipe by Kennedy.
Bottom right corner, you could hear that just barely hit the ground as it touched into the pocket of the net. A nice bouncer shot from Kennedy right there. Brings this advantage back to 10 goals. It is 11-1 Portagers with 1:15 to go here in the first half.
And that time will keep running. Basically, each team might get one more possession. Maybe two. And then that'll be halftime. On pace for it to be a 22-2 game right now. The Portagers really feeling themselves right now as Bailey Smith backs up. Waits for the screen from McKenzie. Just kidding. He looks across for Jack Hill. Jack Hill! Another play where he walks across the crease. Beautiful.
Believe that is a hat trick for Hill now. Another highlight reel worthy goal from Jack Hill. Nice bouncer right past the outstretched stick of Fugier. Portagers take a 12-1 lead. It looks like they'll take this 12-1 lead into halftime as the clock will wind down here. Stay tuned to watch some halftime action.
From True Lacrosse, Illinois, the 13U program will be out doing some scrimmaging. And we will be talking to Mike Wooden very shortly, so stick around. Luke Jordan, Ryan Contreras, Betsko on the Portagers game. It's 12-1 here at Salt Creek Sports Center. We will be back.
and gentlemen, we'd like to have the Portagers welcome True Lacrosse.
Alrighty, Luke Jordan here with
Mike Wooden.
And this is my JV lacrosse coach from freshman year. He's a good coach, good player. And from that first half, what stood out for you guys in that 12-1 lead?
Really just the ball was buzzing on the offense. Obviously, we made a lot in transition as well, so just kind of trying to pour it on. They've got light numbers, so this is a game that we want to end, our homestead on a high note, so, just trying to pour it on.
And as one of the Palatine coaches, what are you most looking forward to next year as we have a lot more older players?
Yeah, exactly. You hit it. Older players, bounce back season, right? I mean, last year was tough. Graduated a lot of talent the year before. So going into it, you knew it was going to be a hard season. But I would say most importantly, as long as the guys are grinding in the offseason like they should be, I think we're going to bounce back and have a good season.
And even the coach himself grinding in the offseason.
Yep.
Doing well for the Portagers so far.
Lacrosse never stops.
Let's hope we see Mike Wooden get on the board in the second half. I expect one from you.
Yeah, I'll get one. Hey, everybody else is scoring. Why not me?
All righty, we will see you guys at the end of half. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
number 77. Bixby. True goal. 2. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and thank you to True Lacrosse.
Alrighty, welcome back to Salt Creek Sports Center for the start of the second half between the Milkmen and the Portagers. It's currently 12-1, but please stick around.
I mean, this game's got plenty more in store. I mean, we heard at halftime from Mike Wooden. He's going to be pushing for a goal out here. I love his quote. Everyone seems to have got one today, so why not me? Love the confidence. We'll see what the Portagers can bring to the table here in this second half. But let's also see what the Milkmen can bring to the table. Down by 11, let's see if they could put a little life, put a little energy into that bench. As we get ready for this opening draw, it's going to be Lightfoot against Canada, as has been for most of the afternoon so far. Portagers are going to have Hardy, Canada, Lubes, Buckley out there, and down low we'll also have Cameron McKenzie. Portagers are awaiting for their goaltender and David Leonard to get into the crease.
Had a change out of the jersey that he was wearing at halftime.
Yeah, helping out the youth, we love to see it. And as you can see, hustles across.
Jersey only on the front. He's got to put all the way on. That's what he's dropping his equipment for right now. Lube's assisting with his jersey pullover. Obviously, it's not easy when your pads are absolutely humongous.
Pads are massive. I mean, people like to compare these guys to like ice goalies, like ice hockey goalies. Nah, I've put on goalie gear before.
Yeah,
Lacrosse goalie gear
like
is nothing like hockey goalie gear. It's much bigger. It's more clunky, and you gotta respect the insane amount of like talent it takes to be a lacrosse goalie. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. You gotta have insane hand-eye.
Alrighty. Leonard gives the nod to the official. And public address announcer John Signar says, "David, are you ready?" And he says yes after a good couple minutes of putting on that massive jersey. God, I wonder what size they ordered that thing.
Got me 6XL.
I mean, that's crazy. Just going over all that padding.
Big
Hard hit by Lubes as he knocks over Kent. And he gets the ground ball as well. Look at this sequence. Lubes down deep to McKenzie. McKenzie on the breakaway. Fugere gets in front of it.
It looked like it almost got caught in the pocket of McKenzie's stick. That was a great defensive stop by Lubes. Another one of those defensive transitions into an offensive chance for the Portagers that we've seen all afternoon. Just couldn't pound it home. It could have been Fugere getting a stick on it. I could not tell, but wow, what a play right there.
Curtis moves it up top to Moran. Moran now walking the blue tape line. Gets over to Smith. Smith looking down low. Oh, wait, what?
Wow.
Huh?
That one snuck through it. It went through traffic in a little floater. That's going to be a goal for Bailey Smith, his second of the game. The first one was an absolute rocket to the bottom left corner. This one's a little floater to the top right corner. Portagers up 13-1 here with 13:45.
Wow.
That one just floated right on in. I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. Everything is going the Portagers' way. And that goal is just an example of that. Milkmen are trying to, can't tell if they're trying to argue that didn't go in or there's a crease violation, but there's nothing there. Just got through a bunch of traffic of sticks and men.
Now the whistle finally sounds, and Canada, one hand scoops it and moves it over to Moran. Moran to Hardy, and oh my goodness. The Harlem Globetrotters of box right now. 2 goals, not even 2 minutes in. At this pace, they could score 15 in a single quarter.
I mean, that goal there was, 30 seconds apart with 25 of them being based on the argument at the faceoff dot. That's just a nice little slam dunk one-timer bounce shot for the Portagers. They're up 14-1 here. Another faceoff won by Canada. He drives in on his own, saved by Fugere. And it's banged home by Moran. Hardy picks it up, assist on the play. Wow, and that's going to make it 15-1 as Moran just slams it home. That's Moran's first of the game, surprisingly. He's been all over as usual, but he hasn't been rewarded yet. There's that goal to reward him, and Portagers take that 15-1 lead. Or 3 minutes, or just under 3 minutes in here in the second half. Portagers already got 3 goals on that board.
15-1, the scoreboard reads. Lightfoot Canada, and the whistle sounds. Lightfoot boxing out Canada and getting the scoop. A backhand pass intended for number 0. Number 0 looking for the behind the back. No, he's going to go to the net, and he fakes up top. Couldn't put it by Leonard. It's up top to James. James now moves it over. Lightfoot over to number 0. Number 0 now trying to avoid McKenzie. Bulldozing his way through. Looking for the wraparound behind the back. Look. Wasn't there, and James picks it up. James, a pass. And he tries to zip it across. No success. Now Canada has Hardy open. He's going to get the bounce pass off. Hardy able to possess it off of a tough pass. And let's see what they do here as I set it up with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Bailey Smith, a no-look drop, and even his teammate Domek wasn't ready for it. They're going to zip it across Canada from the other side of the floor, and Fugere is on top of it. And he's just going to dump it off to number 8. Number 8 now. Waits to check.
His head was down. He just missed the wide open Signar down low. Looked to have a break for the Milkmen, but they couldn't keep their head up and get that transition going. Looking to get something going here in the second half. They've only got 1 on the board, and let's see if they could put another one on.
Signar fakes 2 passes. Now he's looking for the middle, and there's not anybody there exactly. And now look at this pickup by Curtis. Now Curtis trying to outrun the defender. And good defense there by number 3, taking him the entire 200 feet of this place. Now Moran, 200, 180, depends on the place, but those are the dimensions.
Shot clock winding down here.
Moran, tough angle, and it's quiet, just out of respect at this point.
And that is a goal. Wow, I was waiting to see if we could see what I disappeared. That ball disappeared on me. And Moran smacks it home for his second of the game. Another bouncer for the Portagers. Gets by Fougere, and it will be 16-1. 9:35 to go here in this third quarter. Just as I was focusing on Leonard alerting his crew, shot clock's winding down. They get a nice little slam dunk bouncer in.
Same do at the face-off dot we've seen the last couple times. Oh, whistle. And they catch Lightfoot jumping. Don't worry, I've done that at least a couple times this year on Palatine's lacrosse team. Just happens. Sometimes you just jump the draw. Good pickup by Bice. Now Lightfoot. As they leave the zone, this pass is intercepted by the incredible effort of Jeff Hardy. Buckley moves it up top. Jeff Hardy going to the net, trying to get by Lightfoot, and he's going to run it under. Looking for the middle, good save by Fougere as Bailey Smith thought he had it. And now Hunter Kent eats up a check there from Buckley. This will roll to Leonard. Doesn't mean you can't pressure him though.
So that was a great interception on that long stretch pass there. And by Hardy. Hardy's really been showing out tonight. And that's another one of those big defense plays. Here come the Milkmen. This is going to be Peyton Lightfoot. Lightfoot one-on-one. He shoots it. Save made by Leonard.
All right, that's
not Lightfoot.
That's number 3.
It's number 3.
Number 3 now puts back the interception that he caused as Leonard was trying to get rid of it. And we've seen the Portagers do that to teams before, but I don't think we've ever seen that happen to the Portagers. Leonard is trying to clear the ball here, and number 3 puts his stick up in perfect time. Catches it, puts it back in.
Dalton O'Connell Zradika. I apologize if I mispronounced that. But that's some really great forechecking there. Milkmen showing up. I mean, like you were saying, we've seen the Portagers do that all year long where they just hound the opposing team on little lazy bouncer and they get rewarded, and the Milkmen are rewarded. Showing a little bit of life here. Down 14 now.
McKenzie looking across for Domek. This ball's going to roll up to Hardy. Hardy now. Whips it over to Domek. Domek back to Hardy. Give and go. The whistle sounds and the signal says goal is good. He got it off before he stepped in the crease, and Jeff Hardy and Colin Domek doing some incredible duo play there.
That's another goal for Hardy. Hardy's been all over. He's knocked 1, he's knocked 2, and I believe that is his 3rd of the game. The hat trick joins Jack Hill, our post-game interviewee, as the 2 of the hat tricks today, as Canada wins yet another face-off draw. Behind the back pass, stopped by Fougere.
Now Fougere moves it over. Here comes Lightfoot. Whips it to 10. And they move it down to 0. Faking a pass, cutting, getting Moran to dance a little bit, and now they move up top as they work the perimeter. Number 0 cutting in. Oh my goodness. Rebound, scores! Lightfoot pumps the fist, he's on the board. And my goodness, let's talk about that goal that almost happened from number 0. He went in between the legs with that, just couldn't put it.
Yeah, he did a nice little one-hander between the legs, blocked away by Leonard. But then Lightfoot picks up the loose ball and just swings it 5-hole. That's Lightfoot's 2nd of the game. He's been all over. He still plays with that same passion we've seen from him all afternoon. Milkmen got a little something brewing here. That's 2 goals in the past minute and a half. We haven't seen this much fight from them all game, and still a large lead, but they're still fighting hard. And here's a quick 3-on-2 for the Milkmen. Shot, and he scores!
Number 14 from just about the circle, the dot on the circle to be exact. And now they have officially upgraded from their score last time they played these guys here at Salt Creek Sports Center. It was 17-3. It's now 17-4.
I mean, that's just a big goal for the Milkmen. They're showing off a little bit of passion here. That's 3 goals in about 2 minutes. I mean, we were saying we wanted to see a little bit of fight from them, and they're showing it. Here comes a big pass from Canada out to Lubes, blocked away by Fugere.
And the bench wanted him to get on the board there. Once again, as I've explained, a defender that doesn't get on the board too often. Almost had it there. Now Jeff Hardy. Oh, Lubes now. Seems to be injured. Not exact on what happened. It was either...
Looked like an errant stick got up in his midsection somewhere. Yeah, that one's definitely got to hurt. He goes to the bench. He takes a breather here as now the Portagers try to reset something here in the offensive zone.
Now they resume play. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Candidate with a snipe to extend the lead to 14 once again.
18-4 in favor of the Portagers. Candidate with an absolute rocket right through the 5-hole of Fugere. Candidate always plays his heart out. Just rips that one home, a rocket off the stick. Wow, taking the draw for the Portagers. We're going to have Hardy facing off against number 14. Candidate goes to the bench, gets a much-deserved rest. And Hardy will win the draw. And then the Milkmen quickly pick up the bouncing ball. Flings it back, number 14, passes in front. No go, saved by Leonard, and finally he rakes it, knocks it down.
Leonard pounces on top of that ball very well there. Otherwise, there could have been an easy rebound. Domek moves it down low. Now Jack Buckley, who typically plays defense, moves a pass over to Hardy. Domek stepped in that crease, so just by his tippy toe, but I can see it from here as he just reaches across that blue tape on the crease.
Beat me to the catch there, Luke. I was just about to say crease violation.
Yeah, I didn't catch it last time, so I'm amazed I got that one. Number 8, dancing through 4 defenders now. He's still going to hold on to that ball. Now finally gives away number 0. Now number 0 guarded by Mike Wooden. Wooden, still no goals on the board yet. For number 0, though, he almost got on the board, and oh my goodness, that official almost took probably one of the biggest bruises you'll ever see.
In the crowd, you could hear someone yelling out, "Are you okay?" Pretty comical there as here comes Moran. Moran drops it off to Smith just wide, and then Kerjajan can't get it. Harden can't smack it home, and here come the Milkmen down.
Number 3, bouncer, stopped by Leonard. And actually, on that missed shot by Smith there, number 88 for the Portagers that we saw on the other side of the floor, I think that was a pass. It just
seemed more of a lighter shot. It could have been a pass.
Maybe. Just considering the way they're playing, I think he did that on purpose to try to throw it to the back door, and it almost worked. So whatever it was, I mean, it almost worked, but it didn't work. But it's all right. It's okay to always try new things, especially when the game has basically been lost.
That ball bounces off the ceiling. We'll get a pause. Now the Portagers start right after the whistle. Here's Moran trying to dance around 1. He dances around 2, tries to find an open pass.
Curtis loses the ball up in front. And now look at this odd man rush. It's a 3-on-1 for the Milkmen. Can they execute? Over to Alexander James, and he couldn't handle it. And now the defense is going to start to close in, and Kent can't catch that one either, and just really bad ball possession there by the Milkmen. Had a chance.
Knocked away there by Hardy, knocks it out of bounds, right off the netting. Milkmen had a shot. They had a 3-on-1, but they rushed it. Pass goes wide, and they can't get anything on the board as number 14 tries behind the back bouncer. No good. The Portagers take it back up.
Now here's Cameron McKenzie. Cutting to the crease, diving. It's good. And that'll run out the time for the third quarter here as Mackenzie, through traffic, jumps up high in the air and puts it in before his feet enter the crease, therefore standing a good goal. That'll do it for 3 quarters.
We've seen a couple of those nice highlight reel goals where they really avoid that crease, and Mackenzie does that very well. You got good airtime on that. Body nearly parallel to the ground as he slams it home. 19-4 in favor of your Portagers.
Now here are some game highlights presented to you.
So we enter the final 15. Obviously, we know what we want to see from the Portagers. More of what we've been seeing.
I'm waiting for Mike Wooden to back up his talk.
I mean, we all are. I've got that in the back of my mind on his one little... He attempted to go and bounce one home. He just couldn't get the stick on it. The Milkmen, they showed a little bit of fight for a couple of minutes there in that third quarter, but they kind of just lost it a little bit there and got a little sloppy, misplaced 3-on-1. We'll see if the Portagers can get a couple of these guys that don't normally score, get them on the board. Let's see Lubes knock home another goal. I mean, as we want to see Hardin back up that talk, knock one home. Enter this final 15, a 15-goal lead for the Portagers. Trying to wrap up their regular season home schedule with a crowd-pleasing win.
And I happened to make a mistake the last game I called here. I did say they clinched the division, but now, if the tiebreaker is head-to-head, yes, they should have clinched it, but this is for sure, basically, if they win this, it is 100%. Earlier, it was they would have to lose out this game and the other 2 ahead of them. And the Iowa Dogfish would seem, I believe that they've had a tough season. The Portagers could have taken advantage of them, and then you got the Omaha Rebels, who are actually pretty good. So I expect them to win at least 1 on the road, on their nice little road trip from Iowa to Omaha. That's going to be a whole lot of cornfields to drive through. Not my favorite type of ride, but I mean, I've had to go through it before. My brother goes to college. He went to college at University of Northern Iowa, and now he lives in a city in Iowa. So,
well, I would have to assume you don't enjoy the corn because you can't see over the corn, my friend.
Yeah, no, really, we're in a car.
Even when you get out of the car, you can't see over the corn. It's a short joke.
I know, but
Figured you
poorly executed.
Poorly executed. Just
Now
like the Milkmen game plan so far tonight.
Okay. Well, Leonard jumps on top of it. Moran, a high lob pass intended for, I believe that is Hardy, and yes, that is. Hardy now moves it over to Lubes. Lubes is on the offensive side now. They want him to get a goal. Diving is Domek. And the diving Domek superstar is on the board. I gotta have some sort of nickname for him. I don't know if you guys remember the first game that we did. I called Harrison Canada Air Canada, because you know, like Air Canada, because he was flying through the crease that game. Haven't seen that from him too much ever since.
Well, there's another jump goal avoiding the crease for the Portagers. Their 20th here tonight. That one is for Domek. I believe that is his 2nd of the game. And as you were mentioning, we see a couple guys we don't normally see up on offense. We got Lubes on the offensive side of the ball, as here come the Milkmen after Lightfoot wins another face-off.
Still no Wooden on the floor. That ball goes out of bounds. Hardy off the whistle, gives it to Lubes. Lubes on the breakaway. Can he get his first one of the game? Yes, he will. Bottom left corner. And now we've got 2 goals in his last 2 games as a defender.
See that big grin on his face from here. It's 21-4 in favor of the Portagers. Lubes with a goal. Another one of those defensive zone to offensive zone transitions we've talked about all afternoon. That one bounced out of play into the Milkmen bench, and a nice quick transition after getting that possession for the Portagers.
Whistle sounds. Kennedy on top of that ball. He's looking for Buckley. Buckley trying to put a 5-hole. Crease violation.
Ooh.
Buckley not happy, but he laughs it off. Now 14. Looking to get the Milkmen's 5th. Moves it up to Lightfoot. Lightfoot now, who I believe has 2 of the 4 goals. That pass bouncing off. Oh my God, look at this opportunity. The captain, one-handed. Oh my goodness, he almost had it. Looked like a flying karate kick formation. Bice drops it back for number 8. Number 8 puts it 5-hole. He was like, that was weird. He didn't even realize he had the ball at first. And then he's like, oh, I got the ball. And he just ripped it in. I've never seen that.
I mean, he takes a nice assist from Bice, who had a nice little one-hand spin around, maintaining the cradle, maintaining possession, and he's able to knock it home. As we see a little bit of yelling here from the Portagers bench onto the Milkmen bench. Obviously, that ruffled some feathers with the celebration number 8 had after the goal. He seems to be calling him out as the referee goes over to give him a talk to. Obviously, that frustrates this Portagers squad.
I think it's like half joking around, half maybe serious. I don't know. But yeah, it is weird that the ref is talking to him. And Sinek seems to be a little bit confused.
I mean, they did both stand up onto the benches, so I don't know how much of a joke it would be. We've seen them joke around, these two teams. We've seen them in between quarters. We've seen them at halftime joke around a bit as they're walking off, but this one, I think this goes beyond that joking we've seen throughout the game. 10:50 here to go in the game. Chicago up over Madison, 21-5.
Kennedy scoops it and underhands it to Kajian. Wooden! He got it! He scores! He made his promise. It only took him 20 minutes, but he did it. History in the making.
Well, he backed up his talk. He's able to slam it through the 5-hole. He said everyone's got one. We saw Lubes get one. Now we see Harden get on the board, or Wooden get on the board. My apologies there. He's able to get one on. I'm chuckling at the fact that he's able to finally back up that talk. As you were saying, it took him a while, but he's able to do it. Portagers and I think extend their lead.
That is Wooden's first at home season. I'm not sure if that is Wooden's first overall. He wasn't acting like it, honestly, or maybe a little bit. I don't know.
There seemed to be a little bit of extra celebration. You could hear it from the crowd a little bit. You could see his teammates gave him a little bit more recognition than we've seen from a few of the other goals tonight. So we'll have to take a peek into that afterwards to confirm our suspicions.
Now number 0, cradling in the left hand. He's going to move it up top. A fake. Look at this play by Hunter. Oh, he couldn't put it. Hunter Kent.
That one bounced off of the scoreboard. They're going to give it to the Milkmen despite the fact that's a shot clock violation. The ball never hit the net. It just hit the scoreboard, but I guess the Milkmen are going to get a little bit of possession time here.
Now number 0. Bullet to the middle, number 3. That ball's still trickling, and it almost gets by. Leonard had no idea where it was. Neither did I until I saw it almost trickle by the net, but it was a bit wide left of the net. Now Moran, a backhand pass meant for Bailey Smith. Now Smith pressured in the corner by the very tall number 14. Lubes puts that one in.
That's the second of the game for Lubes. 3 goals in 2 games now, as the Portagers put up number 23 on the afternoon with 8 minutes to go here in this one.
7:55 left here. Kind of a quiet atmosphere as it's kind of cleared up. Not much like the Muskies Portagers game we saw, but still plenty of fun. And this is the most we've seen the Portagers score. 23. Oh my goodness. For reference, they scored, I think it was 7 against the Minneapolis Wheat Kings, the first game I saw them play. So, I think the offense is really upgraded. Lubes picks up the ground ball, one-handed pass intended for Canada, and the one-handed catch by Canada is incomplete, but he's able to get it back. Now Canada moves up top to Lubes. Lubes down low to Buckley. Buckley back across. Canada rips that, and oh my goodness, that put a dent in the boards probably. Buckley can't save it. That'll be over and back. I don't know why the whistle wasn't blown already. And there it sounds. That ball almost actually rolls in. As number 0 rakes it into his stick. And the whistle sounds. Here's Peyton Lightfoot. Moves it across as they start to move in a cycle. Number 10 looking down low. Peyton Lightfoot, bouncer, top left. What a play and execution by Peyton Lightfoot.
Well, Lightfoot gets the hat trick there with a bouncer. Puts up the Milkmen's 6th goal of the game. Cuts their deficit down to 17. No, my math is wrong. What? No, it's correct, 17.
Now Mike Wooden is taking a face-off against number 3. Let's see who wins it. Wooden taught me a lot about face-offs, and there he is winning one. Whoa, wait. Oh, man. He did win the clamp, but the ground ball goes to Madison. Now 14, loses it. And as I just learned, I believe that's Signar. One of the Signars. There's a lot of them. Curtis now. Avoiding checks from Kent. That ball comes loose and Kent's able to scoop it. Nope, never mind. That ball goes flying back up top to Cameron McKenzie. It moves over to Moran. Moran looking to the other side. That ball trickles in. A shot from Evan Kajijian. But wait a second. What are they conversing here? And it looks like it is a goal. Hey, we're talking for a second. I'm not sure on what on exactly.
Looks... I can't tell. Too many men, possibly? Some penalty behind the play? Well, looks like the Milkmen are gonna be a man up here. With 4 minutes to go here.
McKenzie did not look happy about that call, and I can't tell if he's being serious, but he just, like, threw off his gloves, equipment.
Milkmen timeout, possibly. Yes, it looks like it's timeout, as you can hear the referee calling out for a timeout with 4:38 to play.
Stick around after the game. Jack Hill will be coming up here. We'll talk to him about the entire game and then what's left in the future, as we'll ask him some informatives about what's going to go on after the 2 away games they play on the road. I don't want to spoil it all away, but it is a big tournament that they do every year. But I'm guessing he will give you some more of that information. Hill's had a couple goals and a couple good defensive plays. He's been really good all across the floor. But a start of the game, I can't really think of one right now. As
yeah,
everybody's played very good all around.
Yeah, I mean, this whole squad has really shown out. We've seen highlight reels. We've seen 2 or 3 hat tricks. I mean, talk about Hill. Hill had a nice spin move goal for the hat trick. We've seen Smith has a hat trick. He's had a couple nice ones, including that interesting floater. Seen McKenzie pop 1 or 2. Seen Lubes pop 2 as well. Seen Wooden pop 1 in.
Now, the more I think about it, I think Jack Hill is personally my star of the game right now. Just from what I've seen, because he's been everywhere in transition, on offense, on defense. He's been very good. So for now, I'm going to give it to him, but we'll see if anybody wants to add some good defense or good offense to the tally. we'll see as now they have to defend a man up. As Kevin Bice will start it on the SC logo for Salt Creek Sports Center. He moves it over to Signar. Back to Bice. Bice moves it across. The typical man-up play. Work the perimeter until something opens up. And there it is. That opens up. No, they're going to pass it back up to Bice instead. Wasn't entirely open. Lightfoot looking for the middle. Incredible defense by Moran. And now up against the boards, Curtis is breaking it out. Here comes Curtis. Steps by Signar. Fakes the drop. Looking across. Kejijian. No good. Now Fugere is going to walk it out. Toss it to number 8. Here's number 8. Who had the most recent goal, I believe. Or sorry, Lightfoot had. He had the 5th goal for the Milkmen. His first of the game. Signar looking across for Lightfoot. I think Lightfoot's looking for the hat trick.
Lightfoot has the hat trick. He's looking for the 4th.
He has the hat trick. That's what it is. Brian Signar trying to pass. Oh!
Finds a wet spot as Luke collapses to the ground besides me. Here comes Lubes up in transition. Moran just out of the reach of Smith as it bounced off the netting. My partner was incapacitated for a moment as now here come the Milkmen on a quick 3-on-1.
So
here's number 0. We got a little bit of action here. We can't stop for the story, but now we've got a little bit of a pause as the Portagers recover.
So I actually kind of know Brian Signar who slipped there, and that was just really funny to me because it was a whole sequence of he tries to get the ball out of the pocket and it doesn't fall out, and then he just falls himself. Oh my God, 2-on-0 opportunity, excuse me. Number 10 walking in, can't get it by Leonard. So it was a little bit extra funny to me. You know, sometimes when it's a game like this, it basically just becomes a nice little scrimmage and everybody can mess around. And the commentators get to mess around sometimes. Depends on the scenario. Buckley.
It depends on the commentators, too, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh my, Jack Moran. What a save by Fugere. He moves across from post to post to get in front of that, and that was easily one of the best saves I've seen all game. Hunter Kent is wide open. And now he gets by Smith, but can't get the shot to go. As we reach the final 2 minutes, we obviously know that the Portagers have now officially clinched, but we kind of knew from the start they had clinched the conference. First here as an expansion, taking a lot of players from the Outlaws. And boy, they've been having a season. Jeff Hardy, no looker to Austin Curtis. Curtis 5-hole. Oh my goodness, they just don't stop.
That for Curtis, I believe, is his hat trick goal. Curtis, lower left corner on a bouncer. Portagers put up number 24 on the afternoon. 1:20 left to go. Now the Portagers can ease up, really reflect on a great start. I mean, this is a division clinching win. It looks like we're gonna have Lubes taking the face-off. He's having himself a game tonight.
The current score is 24-6, and no, you're not watching college football. This is box lacrosse. Number 3 now, walking it in, looking across for Kent. Kent, a tough shot. No good. Rebound, Signar, and that ball's going to bounce up against the boards. Now he's in the corner, faking a pass, looks across, and it's intercepted by Lubes. Here comes Lubes the other way. Now I can finally catch a breath. Never mind, Kajijian. Oh, my goodness.
Kajijian with the 25th Portagers goal. 5-hole bouncer with 30 seconds to go, and the referees, seems like based on their body language, are going to let this clock run down.
I can't believe when I get super in the moment, I tend to just stutter sometimes. And that one, I'm sorry, Evan, if you're hearing this, that was all my bad. That was a rough one. I mean, I've done it before. I've interviewed him as well. Whatever.
Well, the Portagers will take this one by a final score of 24-6 as the final buzzer sounds. The crowd gives their appreciation to the hometown squad. As we were saying, we believe that it clinches the division for the Chicago Portagers. A blowout victory here tonight at the Salt Creek Sports Center.
The Milkmen now 0-8. Best of luck to them in their next 2 games. I'm rooting for them. I do not want to see them go for 10. They're a good group of guys, and they deserve a win at this point. But we'll see what entails for their next 2 games. For the Portagers, it is at Iowa and then at Omaha, taking on the Dogfish and then the Rebels for their last 2.
Portagers salute the crowd. Crowd gives them their appreciation for another job well done. Leonard slams into the boards.
His typical glass slam that we've seen before. And we will be right back as we are about to interview player Jack Hill. Going to ask you about player game. Okay. Alrighty. I'm here with Jack Hill. He had a hat trick and a beautiful spin move goal. What was going through your mind on that spin move?
I knew I wanted good positioning. I saw the ball was reaching on the far right side, and I knew I wanted to increase my shot angle, so I reached for the ball because you always want to come towards the ball. I knew if I planted my foot, I should open. I was really a little bit worried about a guy coming across the crease, but thankfully, no one was backside, and I was able to just spin out of it and put me right in front of a one-on-one situation with the goalie.
Yeah, it was a very nice move. And honestly, other than yourself, because you had some very good defensive plays, very good offensive plays, you are personally my player of the game, and that isn't even biased just because we're interviewing you. I think you had a very good game yourself. But if you had to give a player game to anybody but yourself, who would it be?
I would give it up for our goalie, David. He's been standing on his head. He's been working on his clearing game, and he did an excellent job getting that ball up and out, completing that pass, allowing for more transition. And you can't ask for a much better team than having a goalie that's going to play so strongly, game in and game out.
All right, well, thank you so much, Jack. Go enjoy the victory, and good luck on your final 2 regular season games, correct?
I know we play the Iowa Fish Dogs tomorrow in Iowa, and then I think we have a bye week, and then we have those playoffs coming up the first weekend of October.
All right. Well, good luck.
Appreciate it. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you as well.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for doing the game. I actually didn't know one thing about